Hello everybody and welcome back to the War of Three Oceans, this time to actually feature war on the ocean. We are performing the focus strike on the southern resource area. We are about a year ahead of time. This bothers me not. We're not going to draw the US into the war yet. They might just declare on us the second we declare on the Allies. They might just join the Allies. I have no idea. They're still currently on undisturbed isolationism, which is pretty funny to me. And they are a disarmed nation. So they're not actually a threat to us yet, but they could rapidly become one. So once we've secured this area, then I think we will probably immediately strike at the United States. I might want to secure Australia first, but I just know the earlier we strike at the US, the better we're going to do. We have a supply issue over here. Yeah, fair enough. There is level 1 infrastructure in some places here. Let's get a bit of a road going over there. We are going to get another thing kicked out soon, so probably I mean, it's difficult to say. Probably naval strike. Let's make sure our planes are positioned properly. Looks like our naval wings are full. Naval bomber wings, rather, are full, so we could increase the size of some of those. We have not quite enough. Well, no, let's keep those in reserve. We don't want more. The 33 air wing. Looking pretty good in terms of naval bomber coverage. Not quite able to cover the whole ocean, but still good areas of the sea being covered. Plus with that radar assistance, it's going to help. So yeah, give me that. Actually, give me the naval AA. I'm worried about the RAF attacking my planes. Sorry, attacking my ships, that is to say. You know what? Let's speed 5. You deserve it. I want to get to this war. You, small guy. And switch onto this one. Where is he? What are the new small guys? Yeah, switch up here. No, not that one. That one. Good. Now, give me this tech so I can plan the final naval invasions. And then we'll be well on our way. Belgium joined the Allies, just of their own accord. Interesting. I wonder if the Netherlands is going to join despite the UK having a war goal on them. Next up, oh, we could do straight to Seldar. Oh, right, because this is the 1940 level. We could also research, you know, better destroyer hulls, better carrier hulls. I think I will go straight for a carrier hull now that it's 1940. It's only going to take 100 days. Pretty nice. Is there something that goes along with a carrier hull? No. I was thinking it's not going to have, like... No. Bigger decks. So what is the actual difference? Really, the difference is the number of slots. It's kind of difficult to know how much better these are now, I guess, because you can't see on this screen what their slots are like. That would be a helpful piece of information on that screen. Okay, well, all men, cease your naval exercises and return to port. Cease and return. The order goes up. You guys can begin scouting. Subs to your stations. Let's delete all these so that we don't get confused. Can I? Yeah, there we go. I don't want to see about old accidents. I only want to see new combat reports. We do have a couple of ships in for repairs right now. Quite a few ships in for repairs, goodness gracious me. But it's not going to take very long to fix them. Damn it, we have a 1930 cruiser. Did take some damage. As well as a freaking carrier that's not going to be done for 2 months. Okay. Well, this is the way that it goes sometimes in war. Unexpected circumstances and mistakes cause problems. You guys, we don't need you actively patrolling, actually. Just hang around in your designated sea zones. So that's okay. Sorry. Sure. Sorry, I must go very briefly. Leaving you on tenterhooks. I'll be back in 30 seconds. Sorry. Right. Sorry about that. What was I saying? Yes, so we don't want these guys actively patrolling because they'll be using up fuel that we really don't need them to be. And now that we're not going to be running many naval exercises, we can seriously cut down on the level of fuel imports we're doing, which makes me very happy because they have been expensive. Okay, mere 2 days. What's the next thing we should research? Better sub hiding? I think it's probably a destroyer hull. Yeah, let's get a better destroyer hull. They're useful for scouting and all that kind of stuff. Okay. Landing craft is done, which means we can plan these invasions. Plan that invasion. All right, let's do it over because the situation has changed. We can use 60 divisions to actually operate these invasions. So, these are the big beefy guys. They are going to go in 2 waves from here to here, and half of them are going to land the other side. We are going to guarantee that we take Saigon. There will be no doubt of our total supremacy. Why can't I assign you here? Because you're already assigned to another one. That's fine. And some of you... Well, we don't really need to land men here because we're going to bulldoze through their front here. We should also make sure that fast-moving and tank-based assets on this front are in the right place. And also, next research should be big guns. No, it's things that are going to go on the carrier. So, better anti-air, but we already have best anti-air we can have right now. Not sure, to be honest. Better, oh yeah, better radar for the destroyers, because we'll want these on the destroyers. Yeah. Okay, so those 2 are going down there with honestly almost excessive numbers. There we go, 5 either side, just to make sure we definitely get Saigon. Now, is that all of your men? It's 5 there, 5 there. Where are the other lot? Oh, right, they're on these 4 back lines. Well, we could launch an invasion from here to somewhere else. Maybe we don't do a staggered 2-step invasion. Maybe we go straight to Malaya as well. We might as well try, right? Let's go from here to here. And land next to the port. And if these guys die, I will accept that as a necessary expense. Excuse me, could you... Why can't I assign you to this? National invadable capacity exceeded. Limit 10. Excuse me? No, it isn't. I guess we have to wait for a daily tech. For that tech to actually take effect. Yep, there we go. Good. So those guys are going to land down there. And hopefully secure this port. And then receive reinforcements. And we'll take Malaya from there. Meanwhile, Borneo. Okay, U-24. We're going to do it with Marines. We're going to hit them hard and hit them in the ports with Marines. 4 Marines per port. 4 Marines per port. Good. You guys from here. Land here. And we could actually just not draw the Dutch into the war immediately. Yeah, that seems appropriate. We'll pretend that we're just attacking the Brits, so that the Dutch stay out of the war. But actually, of course, it's all a clever ruse. I'm going to delete all these fallback lines so I know when people are and aren't actually being used. Okay. So Marines and a large detachment of our very finest men. A large detachment of our very finest men, seasoned by years of experience acting in the war for China, will land directly on Singapore. No, that would require going into a different sea zone. will land here. Reinforce... not in that army. Yeah, the very finest men will land right next to Singapore. Look how experienced these troops are. It's glorious. You'll land right next to Singapore. Supported by a second large force. I did it in the freaking same army again. Look at how veteran these guys... It just makes me so happy using veteran troops. Because you so rarely, at least I, so rarely see very veteran troops. It's just great when you actually have the opportunity to use them. You guys are going to go from here. Land here. Move to that port. As well as spreading south to encircle Singapore. Okay. You guys should be blue. All of you. Okay. That looks like a good naval invasion to me. Okay. Okay. Let's launch, shall we? I think we can stop importing oil, by the way, actually, entirely. Because now we're not going to have our big fleets out of port. I suspect we won't need them. Okay, so now we have to wait for these to plan, which is 17 days. 28 is the highest number I see. We could also launch a couple of naval invasions down here. Like, what's... any of these high-level naval bases? That's my only concern. Level 1 naval bases, you know, they can only repair one ship at a time in a level 1 naval base. I'm not really concerned. Level 2 there. And obviously we'll... yeah, so I suppose the second wave of naval invasions will be launched simultaneously across the Dutch East Indies and into the Australian area here. Third wave will be to capitulate Australia. Fourth wave will be wiping out the Micronesian... is it Micronesia? Yeah, Micronesian islands and New Zealand. And then once we've accomplished those goals, we move against the United States. That's my my plan. Oh, 3 new Marines. You spoil me, game. Alright, you guys can launch from, sure, Okinawa. And... sure, why not? Let's seize this port as well. We're going to have to be operating in this sea zone anyway. Good. Okay. And some more 40s. This needed some. We've got loads of manpower again. How many are there in this one now? We're 4 short. So we get 1, 2, 3, 4. We're just over, but that's okay. If you guys want to head straight into that when you're ready, you guys just deploy down here. Ideal. Goody goody. Okay. And as soon as these have planned... sorry, what do you have naval invasions? Or plans? Which is your plan? Where are you guys? Ah, you're that one. Right. You guys could do with a general. Not the very best general. Just to make sure that we don't lose out here. There's quite a few enemy divisions here, aren't there? With the more infrastructure, we could support a couple more divisions defending there. Let's send a couple more over. Or in fact, you know what? Yeah, this defensive army, let's have it just like this. And if we decide that we need it to take out the... to move it over here to help contain some kind of breakthrough here, that's fine. What's Germany doing now? Synthetic rubber, service overseas, strengthen government, rubber reserve. Okay, nothing too problematic yet. Alright, how are those plans coming? Supply issues down here? Is that just because lots of people were moving through at one moment? Yeah, looks like it's already sorted. Empty plan. Where? This one. Missing a single defensive division. Hangzhou will do nicely. Is that everyone? Yes, it is. Eastern China? Again, it's just because these guys are moving through. It's fine. The 40 wits are very heavy. France is really upped their defenses here. Okay, let's react to that. This naval invasion is far less... excuse me. No. This naval invasion. Why are there 18 divisions assigned to this naval invasion? There can't possibly be. No, just 3. Okay. Let's weaken the invasions up here in favor of launching some towards Hanoi. 2 onto the port. And 3 just next to it. Okay, and we're going to have to stagger when we launch these invasions to make sure they all arrive at the right moment. Okay, you have your naval invasions almost planned. Just 7 days left. Fleets in position. Still getting the occasional supply issue in eastern China just as the men arrive, but that's okay. They're only passing through. Could also just real quick just throw up a quick fort wall. Takes me 5 days. It's fine. Hungary demands southern Slovenia from Germany. Oh, and they accepted. Whoa, things almost hotted up between the Axis and the Pact of Rome there. That could have gone badly. Oh, they're justifying on Danzig. Okay, well, Poland is about to start World War II, but we're going to beat them to the punch. Because strike on the southern resource area is finished. Next focus. Yeah, first air fleet. We might want to do we need any of this? I mean, none of this seems that useful. Oh, that one's quite good, actually. I should have got that earlier. I didn't even look at these. That one's nice, too. Although we're not going to use him because he's the chief of army. It's not just a flat bonus. Well, that's pretty good, too. More marine tech. We'll want that later on. Okay, men in position. Invasions planned. War. Commence. I think we're ready. Let's do this. I said it happened this episode. I meant it. Japan. The rising sun in the east will not be stopped by the global union of imperialist dogs. Dutch will not be declared on yet. First off, we're declaring war on British Malaya. It's a big moment. We're producing some outdated equipment. Let's just check on that. Right, I never changed the new infantry equipment. We should do that. What else am I producing that's outdated? Just the old ships. That's fine. Oh, and they cannot deploy because we're out of manpower. No! No! And you guys should immediately deploy, actually not to battle line, but to the Alpha Strike Force. Where is it? The Prime Strike Force, that's right. Immediately deploy to the Prime Strike Force. And, I'm sorry for your delayed deployment. Okay, they're done! No, they're not done. They're going to be done on the 26th. Today. So it's tomorrow. We'll give them a second to call people in. There we go! Okay. And then we have some free naval dockyards. Can't up those. Some more destroyer screens. Those die like nobody's business. And some more miners and some more of those. That seems good. Okay. Still repairing. One of the cruisers is in, but war waits for no man. You have all 4 of your carriers. It's only the secondary strike force that doesn't. Okay, we're immediately losing a fight. Great start. Lots of French people piling in here. We should win that handily. Okay, so it begins. They're trying to break out of Hong Kong. They will not succeed. French here actually may well hold that defense for a moment. Let's, Did I train a whole bunch of big cavalry templates? I did. I'm an idiot. I trained a bunch of these. You guys should all be military police. It's going to give me so much manpower. Nice. Right, so some of you guys should come down here and help. Unless we're going to win that. We're probably not going to win that. Let's, a couple of these tanks can come back and help with that. Okay, now the first step. You guys, begin your patrols. And slow things down here, for God's sake. Okay, we see, good lord, there's 60 hostile ships in the Mariana region. That's outrageous. Are there any up here? Yeah, they are. There's UK sub-forces all over the freaking shop. Okay. Well, we built anti-submarine ships just for this reason. I don't know where they are. But that's okay. You guys, go into the minor fleet. This is the minor, right? Yeah. And then you, minor fleet, you should be removed from the minor fleet because you're not really the kind of thing we want. You can go to the screens. Okay, you guys should, I guess we withdraw from here and here. And instead go here and here in order to protect our convoys. I should have thought about the fact that the enemy would have submarines operating in this region. Okay, now we're going to need the cream spotters to spot here in the South China Sea. Well, these guys... And how many enemy ships are we seeing here? We are seeing 60 ships here, so I'm not going to launch the invasions immediately. I'm going to try and engage and destroy the 60 ships here before we do that. So you also spot here. And you, honestly, just also spot here. I want to find them. Okay. I just heard the naval combat sound. We're spotting enemy navies here. We're making 100% daily progress. My goodness, aren't my spotting fleets glorious? Why are we making so much detection? Because we have much higher detection than them. We have really good coordination. Air superiority in the region is helping. Right, yes, speaking of air superiority. You guys, strike your regions. I don't want to see enemy ships active in my areas. You guys, I will move you. Naval strike, keep the coast of Japan safe. You likewise here. And can I get another... Not on the... Oh, what are those guys doing? Those are carrier wings. I'd like them from here as well. Give me 100 naval bombers active there. And those might actually be enough to hold off the subs from the coast of Japan itself. Like if we get... God, we're losing a bunch of convoys here. If we can get a bunch of carriers operating against them, we'd probably be okay. Oh, there's some down here as well. That's okay. We've got some men operating here that are in range of them. Good luck. Hopefully that's not actually infantry being sunk. Doesn't look like it is. Okay, so have we detected them yet? No, we're still working on it. They have... Good lord, there's a lot of them. They have up to 13 capital ships and 60 smaller ones. It's possible we should send out both strike forces. Yeah, I'm gonna send both strike forces at them. Let's detach... I'm going to detach the carriers and hold them in reserve, but send out the main one. Is there anyone who I want to cancel the repairs of? Yeah, this guy. You're 17 days away from your repairs. Can I cancel that? Yeah, cancel that repair task. Okay, we found them. So you guys activate strike force in the region. You guys also activate strike force in the region. We've identified the enemies and can accurately estimate their forces. Okay, so they have exactly 12 capital ships and 37 smaller ones. Canada's joined. And now... We lost them or they left? I think they left. No, they're still showing 86 hostile in the region. But I don't see an active combat. So I'm not really sure how that works. There's a naval invasion in China, apparently, as well. Oh yeah, of course, they're calling all kinds of people in. And yeah, these two do need to be allowed to join wars. No, I do not want volunteers. They cause problems. So we're no longer detecting them here. I think they've left. I think it just hasn't updated yet. So let's switch the smaller secondary task force onto naval invasion support, and let's do this thing. Activate the plan. First off, this one. Which is not activating because we're contested up here. How do we fix that? Why we're just contested. I think these are just subs in this region, to be honest. Once these guys arrive, they're coming in. We should find a bunch of them. Oh, there's potentially two capital ships off the coast of Japan. Really? There's 2 active combats right now. My planes don't seem to be getting very involved here. But we're moving in our patrol guys. Maybe we should switch it up actually. Yeah, patrol guys. Why don't you convoy escort instead? Maybe now they'll get more actively involved in these combats. Because I don't like losing all these convoys. Okay, so now we're here. How is my depth charge? We've got some depth charge damage available on these guys. Not much, though. No longer seeing enemy ships here. These tanks coming across should help out there. We could launch a conventional assault here, but I'd rather do it through my funky naval invasions. How are we over here? Okay. If we were to try and attack... Wouldn't be the best thing in the world, so let's not do that for now. Okay, they've ceased their offensive out of Hong Kong. Let's seize the port. And... Right, so how are these battles going? We had 2 combats here, where we just lost some planes. Up here, 2 active. Okay, now we have some planes here. They are losing some organization. The guys are making it away, at least some of them are. And a bunch of accidents and training. We're not closed anymore. Okay, now they're retreating. Some French subs as well. Okay, oh, okay, we found them. And our guys are sallying forth. Or are they supporting naval invasions? I can't tell. What are you doing? Where are you going? Are they going to support a naval invasion down here? That doesn't seem right. Or have you found the navy and it is down here? That's equally possible. Yeah, he's intercepting. We found them. Okay, so because we found these guys, they're now moving to intercept. It's a French force, which means I hope it doesn't have any carriers. I think the French had maybe 1 or 2 carriers. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Boom. Engaged. Engaged with the enemy. Heavy, heavy deployment right out of the gate. They have far, far less torpedo attack, far less heavy gun attack. Relatively, yeah, crushing on all fronts, really. I expect to see a great victory in the Battle of the South China Sea. We also have a vastly superior force in terms of our commander as well. Yep, they're immediately trying to retreat. We've got an ace pilot as well. Yeah, this is looking fantastic. Give me that naval invasion guy. I want him to also support in this region, which should give me the superiority we need to actually launch this invasion. Yeah, off they go. Good. How goes the fight? Right, by the way, it's true. Sorry, I've seen this before, but you guys may not have done. This is what the new naval battle screen looks like. You have screens, battle line, carriers, and subs. There are no subs active in this one, as you can see. Small guns, like these ones here, light guns, can shoot 1 away. These light guns can shoot here. These light guns can't shoot here, I believe. They can only shoot 1 line away. Heavy guns can shoot 2, so my heavy guns here... Oh no, it must be 2 over the enemy, because my heavy guns are currently hitting these guys, I think. Unless the only place these guys have taken damage from is... No, it is from heavy guns, right, it's not just from the carriers. So we are annihilating them. So they're trying to retreat. Escape progress, 26%. He's making 83% progress per day. Higher, because it's night. Higher because he's got some screening. Now this number here, oh wow, my screening efficiency is way too low. Screening efficiency is about how many of the enemy torpedoes can get through your screening line and hit your battle line. We, it turns out, have not even close to enough. Oh, I bet it was from a torpedo. Yeah, he just took a big hit from torpedoes. He also took a lot from heavy guns, but we need to have far, far more screening ships in our fleets. We've learned. We sunk the pride of the French Navy. Oh, baby. Look at that domination. Get wrecked, Admiral Jean. That was fantastic. Did you make any, like, trait progress from that? You should have done. I mean, I think he got 28 experience from that battle alone. That's crazy good. Did you make progress towards any of this? Like, blockade runner, maybe? Is he learning how to fight in any of this? Not yet. That was a glorious combat. And now we've driven the enemy ship count here down, way, way down. And now they've finished that, they now just return back to their port, because they're no longer needed. Awesome. Alright, this naval invasion is launching, slowly but steadily. How about subs? Are we dealing with them? Yeah, okay, we're wiping out the subs at a good rate now. Excellent. Excellent, excellent, excellent. And we're finally winning here, now that the tanks have arrived. And they were able to reinforce it. We do have a bit of a supply problem down here, apparently. Okay, probably because of the large number of planes we have based out of the region. I bet that's not helping. Losing this tile is not the worst thing in the world, so I think I'm just okay with that. These ships... Oh, they've been engaged by the enemy. Up here, we have some... What? Why would they disengage? Oh, right, we haven't got any planes over this region either. Let's steal some of the ones from the Mariana region. Just to make sure we don't get sunk much here. Some of the enemy subs down there. Yeah, so we're wiping out the enemy submarine force right now. Only 99 days left on our fuel supplies. What, we're being raided over here? Why the heck do I have... Right, we should reassess the trade situation. We don't want to trade with anyone that's far away. Like... Well, Dutch East Indies is still fine. Siam is still fine. Soviet Union should still be fine. Don't know what's going on there. More divisions, but I don't want to have them leave the island right now, because it's not the most safe. So, instead, I'll just throw them in a new army. Put them there. Another naval battle. taking out some British submarines this time. Good. Yeah, this here is not ideal. So let's move the convoy escort again. We'll stop escorting down here. Begin escorting up here. Good. One active combat in the region. Yeah, just our guys retreating. Oh, okay, so they landed next to this port. It's probably the kind of thing we could repel just with little cav armies, honestly. Hong Kong should fall, although they have reinforced it. Go on then, let's send some men to just make sure it falls. You guys, not making any progress, obviously, because they've been intercepted. Here again, more enemy subs, but we are wiping out most of them. What did they get killed by? Let's see. Depth charges, mostly depth charges, but also some naval bombers, making a good show there. Okay, my prime screens apparently are not actually doing anything. Some of them are in combat up in the Yellow Sea. The cream spotters did have some damage done to them, looks like, so they're off to repair. But the rest of them are still active in the region. And the strike force is still very much ready to go. But we learned the strike force has far too few destroyers in it. If they had been caught in a proper fight, they would have had real problems with those kind of screening numbers. So let's immediately merge these 4 in. 4 obviously isn't going to make a world of difference, but every little helps, I'm sure. So let's send them in. We've got 20 ships that were slightly damaged, all off for repairs now. Oh, one of them got critical hit. Let's see. Yeah, this guy, they have heavy fires, which makes them have way less organization and way slower recovery rate. But fortunately, they made it to a port, so they're going to be able to repair. Let's give them a big leeway to operate on repairs. Oh, there's an enemy strike force present up here. It looked like with some capital ships. Got to make sure we deal with them as they emerge. Not actively going against us up there though. Okay, these guys once again making some progress. No, they were all sunk. That is a shame. That is a shame indeed. Okay, well, delete that. You guys, now you try. Not the best result for our first ever naval invasion. Immediately, it was all sunk. Oh well. No longer operate up here. We don't need to up here anymore. We do still need... Well, I guess we do still need some convoy escorts. But you know what, actually? Let's ban the Yellow Sea, just so we don't have to protect it. These convoys should change up where they're running, and that will be okay. And then we can cease operating a strike... Wait, why is my strike force operating up here? We don't need a strike force up there. Here and here should be fine. Okay, here they are. We'll use some Marines just to hasten the job. And where have they got to? They're here. They've once again been intercepted, but this time a decent screening force is immediately present, and they are once again attempting to withdraw. In order to attack a submarine, it has to first be revealed, which is done partly by submarine detection ability and partly by when they launch torpedoes. There's a percentage chance that they get revealed each time they launch a torpedo. There are stats, obviously, that affect how high that chance is, and there are doctrines that can lower how high the chance is and all that good stuff. Let's get a guy ready down here, ready to defend there. Good, there we go. Took out a couple of convoys and a couple of subs, and our convoys continue unabated. So we will launch the next naval invasion. Oh, I think I just accidentally cancelled one of them. No, that's them. They should go straight back out again. I thought that was the next one. Alright, you guys, where are you going? From here. It's kind of hard to tell. You are the Malaya one. We don't want to launch that just yet. Or we could do, actually. Yeah, okay, let's do it. Let's launch the southern thrust ones simultaneously. Go, 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 and all that. Launch, launch. Now, in order to pull that off, we're going to need these patrolling guys to come down here and down here. And obviously we want them to be supported by the strike force and the naval invasion support one. Good. You guys currently scouting the area. Good. You guys currently should be doing nothing. We'll throw them into the reserve, in fact. They should really be in the CB reserve, shouldn't they? Good. Okay, full-on naval invasions underway. Hong Kong falling. This little incursion falling, whatever this place is, going down. We took a couple of casualties on our fighter CAG. Sorry, our CV CAGs there, but that's okay. More and more subs being sunk all over the shop. I don't think I activated my sub forces. Let us do that. Where do we want to raid further afield? No, I think this is okay, honestly. Just these two. Well, go on then, actually. Let's go here and Bismarck as well. Good luck. Try not to sink. It's good advice. The ship's captain that. Alright, you guys come down here. You guys should all automatically redeploy to here. Yeah, good. So you can essentially reduce the attack on Hanoi because they sunk some. Nice. Hong Kong falls into my grasp. And one of the finest divisions of the Empire will be left behind to ensure that Hong Kong never falls into imperialist hands. Good. You guys, meanwhile, could rapidly plan a naval invasion from here to go and reinforce the attack on Hanoi. I would be very grateful because that plan was thrown on a loop for a little bit. Let's do something like that. Good. So we can plan it nice and rapidly. New tech. I do love big-ass battleships. So we could invent some better heavy ship hulls. Yeah, that's tempting. But I think I'm going to go with the oil. Well, no, 'cause we're going to get some more oil soon. Oh, it's 1940. Yeah. Let's get the better naval bombers. The extra range alone on them is going to be really good. Alright, here goes a lot of these guys. I expect to see some serious... Yep, good. Good naval invasion support there. It looks like the main hostile fleet in the region was the French, and we've seriously dealt with them. There's only 12 hostile ships now operating in this region. Some enemy convoys being wiped out across the board down here. Fantastic. Oh, some of our convoys being engaged here. No, just our subs being driven off by some darn Australian vessels. That's why we need to conquer that silly island. Other naval reports, just more subs being wiped out. Fine. Excellent, even. Let's cease all oil imports. I think we're good. Oh, we only have 16. That's just how that looks these days. Okay, these guys... Oh, they're strike forcing to kill those... Nice. Because they're a strike force on this area, so there's an active combat. Surprise, destroyers. We have CAGs. Take them out. Yeah, they immediately withdrew. Fair enough. That's them trying to detect our subs. We'll have to look at what the numbers are on that in a second. When they next try and detect my subs, I want to see the how that progress bar works. No, that's us. Sorry, that's us identifying location of an enemy convoy. Some active combats here. Just enemies, poor enemy convoys suffering for their lack of escorts. Yeah, if they're not escorting their convoys around here, sure, expand out a bit. We don't. They probably aren't going to have much active in the Coral Sea or the Bismarck Sea. Let's concentrate where they're more likely to have enemy ships. Yeah, launch your torpedoes. See, there's those guys again, which probably means the combat group is going to start setting sail to the south again. Very light defense of Saigon. They're going to regret that. These guys just sitting in port. Don't really want to deploy that cruiser just because I know that... Ooh, one of them got hit. They know where he is, unfortunately. But he is escaping. Making relatively good daily progress on that escape. You guy here. What the heck? I have Germans? Did I accept German volunteers? I didn't mean to. Okay. Where else? Where are we landing first? Looks like up here, maybe? Excellent news. You guys moving to... I just moved to the new assigned region. You could probably take these guys out. We should make sure, actually, these guys are all set to... They're engaging at, yeah, low risk. Good. Are we doing any... we did lose one. Are we launching any torpedoes? Like, we haven't seemed to have actually hit them at all. That's our first ship loss, I think, isn't it? No, we lost a couple of destroyers in the main battle. Still, we're doing extremely well. Taking out many, many hostile destroyers. Won't need you up there anymore. Let's... where should we put him? Going back over the Bismarck region? We seem to be doing pretty good work there. Well, let's wait. We're going to capture this airbase when we land. Let's send him down there. I suppose we could pre-have these guys in Taiwan, and then we can send them down from Taiwan to Malaya just the second they land. Okay, there is a naval defense here, but we're Marines, so hopefully we'll be able to push in. They have got 4 levels of defense. Ouch! They have defense either side of the port down here. Brunei, Fortress Brunei, looks like it might be able to hold out. Alright, landed by Saigon. Move to encircle while simultaneously crushing in. You know the drill. At least I hope you know the drill. 3 days left until these guys can be launched. That's good. That's going to sync up with these guys quite nicely. Just what I wanted. More subs being taken out up here. Good. Oh, being raided. Raided here as well. We really don't want to be raided there because that's probably where some of our imports from the Soviets are happening. But of course, we did get rid of most of the imports from the Soviets. Yeah, actually, you can ban here and here. I have no interest in operating in those regions, to be honest, so let's ban them. Good. Does that mean you're going to have 0 supply now? I'm not sure how that will work. No, the local supply base is actually plenty to support him. Let's just ban those sea zones so we don't need to worry about them, honestly. Yeah, these invasions are not going to go well. In fact, this one I'm going to call off immediately, just knowing that it's going to go badly. I don't want to suffer the casualties unnecessarily. Here, we have a chance, so I'll ride it out. Okay, we've landed. 3 of you immediately start making tracks across. And the rest of you head south. Good. Looks like these guys suffered casualties en route. There was meant to be far more than 1 of you. Or maybe I just assigned it wrong. We'll see. I think immediately attacking Singapore? Yeah, keep them pinned while these guys move into position. That seems good. Okay, ready to launch. 1 more day. And 10 out of 10 still preparing. I guess it does actually track hours, even though it's not saying it in hours. Come on. Give me a launch. Give me a launch. There we go. Launch. So these guys will head off to their grim task. Men landing on the other side of Saigon, almost ready. That's going to really put the nail in the coffin for them. There's the logistics company I wanted. Let's go straight on to level 2 for that. Over here, my sub's actually just fighting enemy subs, and we're both disengaging. We want none of that, apparently. Over here, good lord, those poor subs are being absolutely bodied by my strike force. Yeah, we shouldn't really have our strike force operating in the East China Sea. There's more important places to be dealing with right now. Yeah, annihilating enemy convoys in these regions. Good. Men landing by Saigon. How long? 2 hours. Excellent. Ooh, Hanoi's port actually undefended. Superb. Going to annihilate their supply base in the region. You guys rapidly make a move across there. That's fantastic. Okay, we've cut off Singapore from any reinforcement from the north. Time to cut down and strike at it itself. There is a river crossing there. Some of us are Marines, though, so we can negate some of that penalty. There's Saigon itself being crushed. Hopefully no French reinforcements will come from the north. They don't appear to be in a desperate hurry to reinforce. Let's begin an offensive here to cut off supply moving from the Allies' side that way. Let's open up a second front there just to widen the combat width. I think we're okay with speed 3. We appear to be having things relatively well in hand. The attack on Singapore does concern me, but I mean we're going to take control of the whole peninsula with relative ease. So it will only be a matter of time before Singapore itself falls into our grasp. A lot of convoys there. Plus, of course, if we keep convoy raiding this region, we're not going to have to worry about Singapore because it'll have no supply. There goes that port. Fantastic. You guys move south. Join the attack on Singapore. Good. You want to just get this whole region. Fabulous. Okay, we must call it a part here. The naval invasions are well underway, going extremely well, though I say so myself in general. The capture of Saigon is a particular coup that went much easier than I expected. especially after those initial setbacks in terms of problems around the fact that a bunch of the people we sent actually got intercepted and killed before they could actually land. It's cut Vietnam in half and then move to begin encirclement operations against the men the French and English have arrayed against us in the north. Fantastic. The first naval combat of the game went extremely well, destroyed the French Navy, and we're dealing heavy blows to the enemy sub-force in this region. Fantastic. See you in the next one, when I hope we will secure Malaya, hopefully Borneo and Vietnam. See you then.